Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a miller that was very poor, except for one thing. He had a very beautiful daughter, and not only was she beautiful, but she was also very kind and very good. And, well, I guess you can't blame the miller if he bragged a little bit about her. But one day he got carried away with all his bragging, and when he was talking of it to the king, he was saying,
"Oh, yes, Your Highness. Like I've said before, I do have the most beautiful daughter in the whole world. And not only that, but do you know what she can do? I mean, I realize this is hard to believe, all right, but she can take straw and she can spin it, and it will change into gold. Now, what do you think of that?"
And the king said,
"Really? Oh, my, how very, very interesting. Well, I am very fond of gold, you know, and if she's as clever as all that, well, I want you to bring her to the castle tomorrow, and I want you to have her prove it to me."
Well, the next day, the king put the girl into a large room that was filled with straw, and then he said,
Now, my dear girl, your father has assured me that you have the amazing ability to spin straw into gold, and since I'm very, very fond of gold, you'd better get to work and spin all this straw into gold by tomorrow morning, and I shall be very angry if you don't, and very upset, and, well, we wouldn't want to make our king angry, now would we?
Well, with that, he left. And the poor girl, well, she just sat down and cried, well, because she couldn't do that. I mean, nobody could do that. And while she was crying, a little old shriveled man, only about 4 inches high, appeared, and he was all bent over, and he just appeared in the room, and he said,
Well, good evening, fair maiden. I've been watching you. Tell me, why do you weep?"
Well, it's my father's fault, but he didn't mean any harm. It's just because he loves me and he's proud of me, but, well, he never should have told the king that I could spin straw into gold. I mean, who ever heard of such a thing? Oh, what will I do?
Well, tell me, fair maiden, what will you give me if I could spin all of this straw into gold, huh? What would you give me?
Oh, would you? I mean, could you? Well, I know. I only have my necklace, but you could have that.
Ha! A necklace? You realize you're getting the best of me, but all right, I'll do it.
Well, the next day the king was so pleased that he took her to another room, and he told her if she could do it again, he would make her his queen. But this time, when she asked the little man for help, he just laughed and said,
"Ha! I hope you're not going to make a habit of this. All right. What will you give me this time?"
Why, now let me see. I could give you... Oh, dear, I haven't anything to give you.
Huh! That's just like a woman. You can't expect something for nothing. Tell you what, I'll spin this straw into gold if you promise to give me your firstborn child when you are queen.
Now, of course, the girl thought to herself, well, I'll just say I will, and when I'm queen, he won't be able to make me give him my child. Well, about a year later, after she was queen, she had the sweetest little baby, and she just loved her baby so much. But one night, the little old man appeared, and he said,
"Now, don't forget your promise. You've got to give your baby to me right now. I want him right now."
Oh, please, I'll give you all the gold, and I'll give you all the treasure you want, but don't ask me to give you my dear baby.
Oh, what do I care about gold? I can spin it from straw. I want your child, do you hear? Right now.
Oh, but the poor queen, she just sighed and cried, and she carried on so much that finally he said,
Oh, all right, stop that caterwauling. I'll give you one chance to keep your baby on one condition. If you can guess my name in 3 days, then you may keep your baby. But if you can't guess my name, you got to give me your baby, like you promised.
Well, the The first day passed, and no matter what name she mentioned, the little man would just laugh and say,
"Ha, ha, ha! No, that's not my name."
And the second day, she tried to think of all the funny names that she could, but after every guess, he would just laugh and say,
"Ha, ha, ha! That's not my name. And remember, you've only got one more day, and then the baby is mine."
Well, that evening, the queen went for a walk through the forest, and all of a sudden, through the trees, she saw the same little man, and he was dancing around a big fire. And then she heard him singing,
"Today I stew, and then I'll bake. Tomorrow the queen's child I'll take. Oh, how funny! No one knows. My name's Rumpelstiltskin, Rumpelstiltskin."
Well, the queen hurried home to her castle, and the next day when the little man came, he said,
"All right. Now, my lady queen, what is my name?"
"Oh, now let me see. Are you called Conrad?" "Oh, no. Well, how about, Wiggly-Diggly?" No. Oh, dear. Let me see. Are you by any chance at all called, Rumpelstiltskin?" Oh, the little man was furious. He was jumping up and down and up and down, and he was saying,
"Oh, oh, 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 oh! Somebody's told you, somebody's told you. It's not fair, it's not. Somebody's told you, it's not fair, 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 fair."
And he stamped and he screamed and he carried on, but there wasn't a thing he could do about it. The queen kept her baby, and from that day to this, she's never heard of Rumpelstiltskin again.